Hello and welcome to the Cat Scrappiness channel. I'm Susan from Making Crafts, and today I'm going to be creating a card using the April card recipe from Cat Scrappiness. So for April's card recipe, there is a bundle in the shop, and I'm going to be using this bundle to create my card. And so the bundle includes the Crafty Quokkas paper pad pack. It also includes these enamel dots. I love the turquoise, the orange, and the yellow. They're so summery, but the turquoise has to be my favorite. You'll also receive in the bundle the Lola Giraffe stamp set, the Wonky Wavy stitched oval dies. These are a lot of fun. You have 3 different sizes that you can use on your card. Also in the bundle is the Hooray, and it is the Hooray word with shadow die. And then you'll also receive the cake builder die. And so this month's theme for the card recipe is birthday. So for this month's card recipe, the first thing that we need is pattern paper. So you could just go with 1 piece of pattern paper onto your card base, but I've decided to step it up just a little bit. And so I have gone ahead and cut out my paper, and I am using the Crafty Quokka cardstock along with some white cardstock. For the first piece here, for the Crafty Quokka paper, the blue dots, it measures 2 by 5 inches. And then the white cardstock measures 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. But once I stuck this on with the double-sided tape, I got it crooked. So it's over to one side a little bit more than the other. So I'm not going to throw this away and start over. So I'm just showing you here how to fix a mistake like that. So I'm just going to trim down the white cardstock so that it frames out our colored cardstock evenly on both sides. So I'm just slowly trimming off the edge there until both edges match. There's no need to throw it away. This doesn't have to be precise. The only measurement that I couldn't trim is the top and bottom because I want that to be that height. But as far as the width, it could change a little bit. So don't get discouraged if you do get it on there a little off. Just trim it down a little bit to match. So for our next piece, the blue cardstock measures 2 1/4 by 1 1/4. And then the white cardstock measures 2 1/2 by 1 1/2. And then for our striped piece, it measures 4 by 5 1/4. And so now I'm just going to attach the striped piece to our white card base. And I'm just going to center it up on the center of our card base. And like I said before, for this card recipe, if you wanted to, you could just use the striped paper and not add all of this, but I'm just wanting to step up the background just a little bit. So then for the first strip that we put together, I'm just going to attach that to the center of our card. And I'm just eyeballing the center. There's no need to measure for this one. And then I'm going to attach the smaller piece, but before I attach it, I want to kind of get an idea of how far over to the right it needs to be so that our oval can still cover the edge of it. And I'm getting an idea of how much I need to cut off of our oval. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off the edge of this oval so that it will be straight against the edge of our card. And this is the Wonky Wavy stitch die oval that comes in the bundle. So this time I'm going to use wet glue to attach all of these pieces so that I have just a minute to move everything around if I need to adjust it. So the next item on our recipe card states that we need to have any shape. So my shape is the Wonky Wavy oval. And I'm just attaching the oval to the edge of our, not the edge of our card base, but the edge of our background striped paper. And then the third item we need is an image or sentiment, or image and sentiment. So my image is also going to be my sentiment. So this is the Hooray die set from the bundle as well. And so I've just gone ahead and cut it out using the blue dotted cardstock from the Quoka paper pad, and then I've used the striped cardstock to cut out the shadow piece. And so I'm just attaching the wording to the background. And for this one, it's a little different than some wording. If you'll notice, it cuts out 2 pieces for your word hooray. So when you run it through your machine, if you have 2 pieces when you get done, that was not a mistake. All you need to do is glue the first piece on, and then you'll bring in the second part of hooray, the AY, and just attach it to your background. And then what I'm going to do is just pop the wording up using some foam tape. I'm just going to pop it up across my card onto the oval and then going across our little smaller piece. And that is a very simple card to put together. But stick around to the end because this isn't how the card ends up. So I have my card completed. The next thing on the list is to add some bling. So I'm bringing in the enamel dots and I'm just going to add them onto my card, and I'm just going to put 3 at the bottom and 3 at the top. I kind of like to do things in 3s. And I'm using various sizes of the enamel dots. I like to mix it up and not have all one size onto my card. And I really love this orange reddish color. I don't know what you call it. It's more of an orange, but it looks so good with this crafty Quoka paper. So there are my enamel dots, and I'm taking a look at this card, and I think it's a very pretty card, but the hooray seems to be blending in quite a bit. I feel like it doesn't pop as much as I want it to. I want the word hooray to show up, so I'm going to gently remove it, if I can, from the card base or from the card, and I'm going to start over. So I recut the hooray out of the blue dot paper, but now I'm coming in with some turquoisey blue ink, and I'm just using one of the brushes from Scrappiness. This is one of the blending brushes, and so I'm just using that to add color to the hooray. So I mainly started out wanting to just get it on the edges, and so if you'll notice, I am trying to make the edges of the wording darker, but I do come across to the center some just to blend it out onto the entire cardstock, but really focusing on getting those edges darker so that they really stand out on our background piece. So I like the looks of that better. I think that's going to stand out a lot better. So now I also cut out another piece of the shadow for hooray, and I'm just going to add the word hooray to the shadow piece like we did before, but I am just adjusting. So I'm laying it on there just to see what else I need to do, and I'm just coming back and inking some of the edges a little bit more because I really want this word to pop up on our background. I want it to be that when you look at this card, you see the hooray and it doesn't really blend in. It was pretty the other way, but I really like the inking. So I've decided that I also want the shadow to pop up a little bit more, so I'm just adding a little bit of the turquoise ink to the edge of my shadow cut out. I think that will help that to not blend as much as well. So once I get everything inked the way I like it, I'm going to attach the word hooray to my card, but where I pulled it off, I will go in and add a little bit more liquid glue to each one of those foam dots so I'm sure that the word does not come loose. Since I've pulled some of the sticky off, when I pulled that off, I do want to make sure that my foam dots hold on to my wording. So I really like how the card turned out now. I hope that you have enjoyed seeing me create this card, mistakes and all, and I hope that you will check out my channel, Making Crafts. I'll leave a link in the description to my channel, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.